You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Kane. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to AfterBuzz. We are brought to you by Bing. Bing is for doing, and we are doing another WWE Main Event After Show for you. Welcome, everybody. I am professional wrestling's voice of choice, Christian Rosenberg, with the music of the Shield in the background, the powerful and mighty Shield. But as always, I'm not going to talk about the Shield by myself. I got two fantastic co-hosts by my side. I got Mr. Cameron Kash. How are you, sir?
What's up, my sexy people? It's Cameron Kash, ready to give you some goodness.
Oh, he's calling everyone sexy already. I love it. And Miss Kaori Takee, our champ, she brought her title with her.
I had to bring my title. It is going on the line this Sunday at Extreme Rules.
More on that a little later. We're going to have our Extreme Rules predictions in just a bit. But we have a completely stacked show today. We had 3 main event matches, the recaps of it, and we have to predict our 9 Extreme Rules matches that are happening this Sunday. So we're getting right into the thick of things. This is main event for the week of May 15th, hailing from Wichita, Kansas. And we start things off with one half of the tag team champions, none other than the big red monster Kane, making his way to the ring. And as he's heading to the ring, we find out there's no JBL on commentary.
Oh, dang.
Miz is back from filming his movie. He made his return on Raw, so now he's back to commentating on main event.
You guys are too happy about that.
I love JBL on commentary.
No, he's excellent. JBL is great, but I'm okay with Miz too.
I don't really feel the Miz. I just don't do it. I just don't.
I like the Miz as a performer. I'm just not feeling him as a commentator. Not when you're an active wrestler. I think I've talked about that before in the show.
Yeah, we've mentioned this a few times.
Yeah. But Miz claims that he's back to make main event awesome again. So apparently, since the Miz wasn't there, main event hasn't been awesome. The last couple weeks, though, we thought have been awesome. Yeah. And I thought today, again, even though we had 3 matches, they weren't up to, the physical matches weren't up to par as previous weeks. We still got a lot out of main event, and I was happy with that. Oh, go ahead.
Well, some people on the chat were actually saying that main event this week was better than this week's Raw.
I wouldn't take it that far.
They're neck and neck because this week's Raw was, and the guys on the Raw AfterBuzz, I mean, they are in agreement. They did not think it was a good go-home show heading into Extreme Rules.
Oh, yeah. That's what I heard too.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, they really got to bring things home for this pay-per-view. We'll see what happens with SmackDown on Friday. But yeah, so Kane is in the ring, and he's taking on 1/3 of the Shield. That's why we had their music playing at the beginning. None other than Seth Rollins. Now, there was no Daniel Bryan at ringside. The commentators were acknowledging that Daniel Bryan had a prior commitment during main event today. Now, because you know, a lot of times the wrestlers, they have special events that they attend, radio interviews, Make-A-Wish, charity events. So, you know, Miz was commenting on that, and apparently during main event today, Daniel Bryan, maybe he won't be at SmackDown either since they're taped the same day, Daniel Bryan was not there, so Kane was there by himself. However, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns were there. So already, before this match starts, you got Seth Rollins in the ring, and you got Ambrose and Reigns like stalking their prey around ringside.
I like that, stalking their prey.
Well, that's what they are. They're predators. They're a 3-man, powerful, cohesive team. The opposite of 3MB is what the Shield is.
I don't know. The Shield reminds me of back when Edge and Christian would come out from the Raptors, a.k.a. the Crowd, It just, I don't understand why they never use the entranceway. It's got to be more convenient to come off the ramp than always through the crowd.
I think it's cool that they come through the crowd.
Well, of course it'd be more convenient because you don't have to deal with like the fear of tripping down the steps. But I think as long as they're doing this, one day they're gonna disassemble the Shield. One day, whenever that may be. I don't think they start going down the ramp until that happens and they all go their separate ways.
Well, what do you think? Do you like them coming down through the audience?
I enjoy it.
I do too.
I think it's a little different because it's someone we haven't seen in a while, and the fact that they've been this consistent with it, and the fact that they enter and leave, they never go up the ramp. Period, which I think is great. So the match gets started. Kane in control early on, nails a big boot. Almost looks like he knocked Seth Rollins out within like the first minute of the match.
That was a pretty scary boot. I thought I was seeing some Bret Hart Goldberg stuff from Starrcade.
Wow, bring it up the way Bret Hart had to unfortunately end his wrestling career.
Hey, it was from a big boot, so
it was.
It's a very that sometimes I think that move should be banned, like the pile driver.
Yeah, and one thing that it did really dawn on me during this match. So we've seen Ambrose in singles action. We've seen Rollins a couple times in singles action. We have yet to see Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match.
That's true.
I don't know if that's because they're not sure whether or not he can carry a match by himself yet, because the little bits and pieces that he's in the ring during those tag matches, he looks outstanding. He did this, and the Raw guys were complimenting it on Raw, where he did this huge like Superman style punch in his match on Raw, which looked fantastic. He's just got, he's the new Batista.
Well, I see eye to eye with you there. For me, he's my favorite Shield member.
I was going to say your favorite. I'm going to tell Cesaro.
No, Cesaro is mine, period.
Wow.
Well, we'll see what happens. That's a whole different story.
Cameron's got a perplexed look on his face when I said Roman Reigns is kind of like Batista.
I hope not. I would never. I was never a big fan of Batista. He was a pretty solid main eventer, but I've had enough Goldbergs for a while. Like, just give me a breather. You know what I mean?
Well, Kane continues to dominate in the early going, including back body drop in Seth Rollins over the top rope and onto Roman Reigns. And there we go to a commercial, and we come back, and Kane is going for a choke slam, but Rollins gets out of it and hits an enziguri, finally starting to gain some control. It's actually a really funny part of this match. He's starting to pound Kane in the turnbuckle, and referee Mike Chioda is coming in, like to separate them like you normally would if you're in the corner. You got to the count of 5, and then the referee tries to break you apart. Well, as he broke Rollins apart, Rollins appeared to lose his balance and fall. So it almost looked like the referee knocked down Seth Rollins, which I found kind of amusing. But then obviously Rollins just hops right back up and went right back to it. Kane starts fighting back, hits a couple clotheslines. Actually, one clothesline turns Seth Rollins inside out and then hits his vintage sidewalk slam, but only for a 2 count. And honestly, though, as this match is going on, the only thing that's really entertaining me is the few times where the camera is catching Dean Ambrose and his facial expressions. Because that guy, even if he's just on the outside, not a part of the match, seems to steal the match. To me, just like the looks of whether it's being psycho, concerned, jubilant, or whatever it is, he's just so over the top with it that I find him incredibly entertaining. And even in this match that he wasn't involved in, I was like, when's the camera going to Dean Ambrose?
I totally agree with you, man. Totally. I mean, this Dean Ambrose guy is almost like he's got some of that Joker from The Dark Knight, kind of like psychology. I could just totally see him like doing something crazy if he was outside the ring. So I see it.
And we even get a little bit of that eye contact because Kane goes up for his top rope clothesline, but Ambrose and Reigns slowly start, again, kind of stalking, kind of surrounding Kane, and it distracts him. Rollins kicks him, and he falls off the top rope down onto the floor. We get a little shot of Ambrose, and then we go to another commercial break from there. We come back, and Rollins continues an onslaught, including hitting a nice flatliner into the middle turnbuckle, which looked pretty good. I don't recall seeing Seth Rollins use that move before, and I thought it looked pretty good against a big man. But then Kane starts fighting back. and then eventually does hit his jumping clothesline. He signals for the choke slam, but Rollins breaks out of it. And there was this nice little sequence here at the end where Kane lifted him up for the choke slam, but Rollins broke out of it, flipped him over into a sunset flip, and then tried to pin him. And then Kane caught him by the throat again, and then picked him up, pushed him into Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
One more time with the throat, choke slam, then goes for the cover. 1, 2. Ambrose comes in, starts attacking Kane. The bell sounds. This match ends in a disqualification, and the Shield just start beating down Kane. Starts setting up for that triple powerbomb until who comes to save the day? It's Daniel Bryan back from his prior commitment.
Not
It's John
really.
Cena coming out.
No.
It's Sheamus coming out. No, it is when I say ooze, you say oh, ooze.
Oh, wow.
That was actually even a little better than last week, sadly. So the Usos, of all people, come out to make the save and fight off the Shield with Kane. And Michael Cole is talking about the Shield have had, a history with the Usos have had a history with the Shield. They wrestled once, and the Shield
that
beat
was
them.
kind of funny.
Well, they have this long-standing history going, and yeah. So the Kane plus the Usos chase off the Shield at the end, where Kane technically gets the victory by disqualification. What do we think of this opening match? The first of 3 matches tonight on Main Event.
Cara, you go first, girl.
Okay.
Go, girl.
All right, boys. I think. Am I star rating this? Because
Sure.
I'll give it 2.5 stars. It was a decent match, but I wasn't too captivated by it. That's it. I'm sorry. Meh.
No, that's right.
Because
Cameron?
I'm saving all the voice for him. There you go. Go for it.
You guys see this look on my face?
You look like you're about to pass out.
No, it's the look of sadness. The look of pain. A lot of pain, people. A lot of pain.
I wasn't painful.
Why?
I couldn't handle this match. It was horrible.
Whoa.
I mean, it was horrendous. I mean, I love Kane. You know, Kane's been the big red machine, the big red monster, the big red bubble boo boo.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, well, I just made it up. I mean, look, my homeboy Aristotle, he once said, "What lies in our power to do lies in our power not to do." And I think this is Kane's mentality right now. He needs to change it up a little. He needs to add something to his moveset. Let's see a different move than a knee from the top rope. Let's see something different from a choke slam. I've seen it maybe over 100 times.
He's been around a long time.
And I'm not tired of his moves.
I mean, then you should say, like, if you want him to change his finishing move, then you say, well, Cena should change his finishing move. Then The Rock should change his finishing move. Then CM Punk should
Well,
change
I
his
didn't say
finishing move.
change his finishing move. I didn't even say change your moves. I'm saying add to your moves. Add something new. Give me some flavor. Jericho, when he came back, he added
the code breaker.
The code
He did
breaker.
add the code breaker.
And that goes back to what I was saying last week about bounce. It's about staying creative. You just can't keep doing the same thing for this long. I mean, I've been seeing Kane since '98 when he came out in Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. So yeah, if you were to give my match rating for this, I would give it a 1 star.
Wow. I think I'm on the same pace as Corey. I'm giving it 2.5.
Yay.
She has a big grin on her face that I agree with her. She's like, oh my God, he agrees with me. Yay.
It's okay.
The match could have been a little more entertaining, but I thought there were some fun sequences. I was cool with the amount of time they gave it because they were helping really build up their tag match that we're going to go over later on. But, maybe I really enjoy Seth Rollins. His mic work's getting better. His in-ring work is great.
Yeah.
It's just, it's those little things, it's those little facial expressions, things like that, where you don't have them as much on Rollins as you do on Ambrose and Reigns. So, like, add a little more of that. Rollins is like the least heelish of the 3, if that makes sense. So, I mean, there's this is me nitpicking because I do love all 3 of them in the Shield, and I really enjoy Seth Rollins' in-ring ability. But so I'll give it 2.5. It was decent. It could have been better, but I like some sequences.
How'd you feel about the Usos as the surprise savers?
I thought it was freaktacular.
Well, I mean, they're trying to move themselves up from being the lowest people on the cart with Pyro. because all of a sudden now we.
You said it again.
Every week,
I know.
man.
I always got to sneak it in there.
I want to bang my head to the wall and say it, man.
Oh, waiting
Well, because
for
we
that.
found out later on that apparently the Usos are going to take on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns this Friday on SmackDown. And I swear, the Usos have been around for 4 years. I swear, this is the very first time I've ever seen a graphic of them. I'm like, where did that? When did they make that? Because I don't remember ever seeing it. But they're getting a primetime match on SmackDown. It's being advertised, so good for them. I'm glad because they're good. So, and they're a legit tag team, so I'm glad they're actually getting a little bit of time for this match, and we'll see how that goes on SmackDown.
But you gotta admit, man, seeing them come out and help Kane, it was like the Oompa Loompa coming out and helping out Kane. It didn't fit. It didn't fit.
No, it didn't fit at all. I agree with you on that
It's not
completely.
Oompa Loompa.
But can we all agree that when we were watching this in the screening room, that Cameron started to drool a little bit when we got a shot of Michael Cole and Miz, and there was a lady
Oh my God.
sitting behind him in the front row with tattoos like all around her neck and upper chest
Cleavage,
region.
her breastises.
And Cameron was like, pause the video. I want to. No, I'm kidding. But
That is not what happened.
Whoa. Christian, where are we going here, man? I didn't know we were going to bring this on the air. Look, man. Look.
I typed it out to make sure I didn't forget this.
Look, it's true. Christian's not lying here. It was a woman. She had some tattoos on her chest area. Look, I love tattoos on a woman, but the chest area is kind of sacred to me. I love it. It's like that's a great area. But let's just keep it at that. Let's continue
All
the
right,
show.
moving on. From there, we get a recap of Raw, finishing up talking about the Shield, where Cena literally defeated the Shield by himself, technically.
Yeah.
Individually from Raw, and then Ryback came out to after the Shield came back and beat down Cena. Ryback came out and hit Cena in the ankle with a steel chair, and I think we had our first tout of the day from a guy from the name Team Bring It, where he mentioned a little thing about Cena and Ryback, and particularly because he's kind of considered super. Oh dear God! What the hell?
Hello.
Why?
Predictions for Extreme Rules. Triple H will win, and John Cena will win because we all know John Cena is Super Cena.
What the hell is all that face paint or computerized graphics?
Thank you for that tout.
Thanks for that tout, I guess.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And I love the fact that I've never seen a more nonchalant monster than that guy. All girls was like, yeah, I
He was
think
a little
that
knob.
John Cena's gonna win.
That was vampire-esque. I think that was
Really?
creepy enough. Hell yeah.
All right, well, thanks, Team Bring It. Clearly, by the way you look, you're a rock fan. Hence the name
Rock
Team
fan.
Well, his name is Team Bring It.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, thanks for a tout. We got a couple more touts a little later. And then from there, we get another recap of Triple H and Brock Lesnar, like the whole build-up for the match. Now, to give credit, this feud is culminating at Extreme Rules, and it's been going on for over a year.
Long time.
Yeah.
So I've always been a fan of the long build-ups for feuds. So even though we haven't been too thrilled at some of the segments with this, and even, maybe one of the matches, I appreciate the fact that they kept the storyline going for so long, and now we're going to see what happens on
Again?
Sunday in the steel cage. Well, it's a rubber match. It's 1-1, and we'll see who wins the rubber match. And we'll get our predictions in just a few minutes. You have a perplexed look on your face.
Just called it a rubber match?
It's a rubber match. That's what they call thing. It's like a tiebreaker.
RUBBER, rubber match?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that before?
A rubber match.
If like a series is tied, like if we had a best of 5 series and it was 2-2, that last game, that's a rubber match. Because it's like sudden death, winner take all or whatever.
Can I just say though, that guy's look was just still, it's like
You're still thinking of
just
him.
like did something to my brain.
You're gonna have nightmares, aren't you?
I
mean-
appreciate that look.
You appreciate
I do.
that?
Yeah,
That
and that
creeped
he
me
touted
out.
it.
That I'm speechless. What in the? Do people have too much time on their hands now that they're putting face paint on the face? I mean, you cannot attract women like that.
Or
I mean, what are
Hey,
you
you
attracting
don't
at all?
know. You don't know that.
I mean, you were wearing stunner shades last week. So
That's
Hey,
true.
those were shutter shades, and they are sexy.
Well, hey, if you think you can make makeup look better than that, you could tout us at ME AfterBuzz. And while you're in the process of doing that, make sure you also go over to iTunes and rate us. Give us a 5-star rating, and please leave comments. It only takes a second, and we survive, we grow by you guys watching and listening and telling your friends. And for those of you who listen on iTunes, you have to watch our YouTube video of this so you can see how this guy looked. So that's true. And make sure, when you're there, also leave, like and leave comments on the YouTube page too. iTunes, YouTube, tout. We do it all here because we're awesome like that.
And don't forget the live chat. Corey got kind of shocked there.
yeah,
No, don't forget the live chat.
We do have a
folks.
live chat.
We have 12 people right now. Actually, far more. Make that times 5. I was just looking at a different number here. But we got Ryan, we got Chris, we got Watchtower, we got so many people. People, tell us your Extreme Rules predictions, and we will talk about it live right now.
We will. But before we get to our predictions, we still got 2 more matches from Main Event. And how about the return of Sin Cara? That sounded like his music.
that kind of without the melody.
So Sin Cara makes his return after suffering that concussion shortly after he beat the then United States champion Antonio Cesaro on Main Event. He now makes his return to Main Event to take on the Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett in a non-title match. And really, since Wade Barrett won the title, this is like the second time we've seen him, and it's been like 6 weeks. We saw him
It's
like
true.
a week or 2 on Raw losing to Sheamus, and now here he is at a non-title match on Main Event. And what usually happens when a champion's in a non-title match unannounced on TV?
They lose.
Yes.
Yep. Can I just say, though, I was so happy to see Sin Cara because I'm a huge fan of these masked wrestlers, the luchadores. Is he a luchador?
He's a luchador.
Yeah, and it reminds me of good old Ultimo Dragon, and I was really excited to finally see Sin Cara back after like 2 months.
Well, he came back from another injury. The guy's a high risk taker, and for that he unfortunately gets hurt quite a bit. But he's back in this match, and again, this match, we have a champion in the ring that Sin Cara's wrestling, but we have Sin Cara's dim lights for the match. And even Barrett's like looking up, was like, really? We got the lights going for this? What's up with that? This match is pretty much all Wade Barrett. Punching, kicking, just downright just beating down Sin Cara. Sin Cara gets a couple moves in, hits a few springboards and a huge springboard drop kick, but then Barrett fires back with a wins a change, and then also a nice power bomb into the turnbuckle. Then all of a sudden he goes for another power bomb because Sin Cara is so tiny compared to Wade Barrett. But as he lifts him up, Sin Cara rolls him up and gets the shocking 3 count out of nowhere. And like we were just saying, Sin Cara defeated a champion in a non-title match, kind of like he did just before he got hurt with Cesaro. And they were going to start setting up Sin Cara versus Cesaro for the United States title then. Are we now going to see him try to set up Sin Cara versus Wade Barrett? Because when Sin Cara was standing on the stage, he was doing hey, I'm coming for that title.
I know what
signal.
you're saying. I felt like there was like a mirroring storyline starting this time with Wade Barrett, and I didn't like the way Wade Barrett lost. I didn't like it at all. Well, he lost, period.
I thought the finish was a little weak, but you know something, folks? You know something? I was kind of glad that Sin Cara won. Wade Barrett, he's been Intercontinental Champion, again, he was Intercontinental Champion for a while
about
before.
6 weeks now
Yeah.
since he won it again.
Yeah.
But
So-
think about it. He's been out of commission for a couple months, and he comes back and wins.
Comes back unannounced and beats the Intercontinental
Yeah.
Champion.
I just,
But you know something? I'd rather have Sin Cara be the Intercontinental Champion than Wade Barrett at this point. I feel like Wade Barrett, he's had the Intercontinental title long enough, even though he lost it at that one like small time of space. But you know,
what does that say for Wade Barrett when he loses like that? It makes him look really bad. That's in my.
It makes a champion look very weak.
Yeah. Like, why is he holding this championship if he can't beat him? Well,
Well, just take the belt from him.
Good job there. I
just say
get
just take
what
the
you're
belt.
saying.
I say just take the belt from him. Take the belt, give it to Sin Cara, have him do some backflips, hopping up and down. It'll be nice.
We just need to find a way to get that Intercontinental title on Fandango. And if that means Sin Cara beat
Yeah.
Wade Barrett and then Fandango beats Sin Cara, fine. But Fandango would be great with the Intercontinental title right now.
Oh yeah, that would give it a lot of prestige.
Yeah.
You just know he's going to put some oil on that
Because he's got so much
belt.
heat. Will got so much heat from the crowd that it will work great. But yeah, quick star rating for this one, even though it really was only it was a fairly short match. I thought Wade Barrett looked great for the offense that he put in. It did have the shocking finish, but
Disappointing finish.
I mean, it was disappointing. I mean, if they're going to build up Sin Cara and Wade Barrett, fine. But then they should have brought up, hey, like, you know, say on Raw, they mentioned, hey, Sin Cara's making his in-ring return this Wednesday on Main Event, and he's taking on Wade Barrett. You know, like, give some push behind it to show some support for Sin Cara. So because there really wasn't much of that, I'm going to give it a 2.
I will also give it a 2. It just felt like Sin Cara came out of the woodworks and kicked Wade Barrett's butt.
Woodworks, interesting.
Are you going to use
Rubber
that later?
match, woodworks, all these new words.
So we got some rubber and we got some wood. Wow, that sounded
Whoa.
horrific.
Moving on back to the TV PG wrestling show, Cameron.
Hey, I didn't say anything. You got a freaking mind, man. I don't know where you're going with that. But hey, we're gonna give this a rating.
Yeah, give it a rating.
Yeah, I totally forgot about this match. You know, as much as I love seeing Cara, and I do want him to win the Intercontinental title, this match really just didn't impact me that much. I do wish to see them wrestle again in a longer match, and I also do hope to see Sin Cara with the strap. Regardless, I'm going to give this match a 1.5 stars.
All right. There we go. And now we come back from commercial, and Cody Rhodes is in the ring, and he's taking on the man that Corey correctly called last week, Main Event's like residential superstar, Justin Gabriel. And we actually get a nice, as he's heading to the ring, we get like a nice recap of his successful month that he's had, where he won the Battle Royal about a month ago and then fell short against Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. And then 2 weeks ago, it beat Heath Slater one-on-one. And then last week, him and the Usos beat 3MB together. So it's like, oh, they're showing he's been on a little bit of a hot streak. Nice.
Yeah, I think he's a hot streak.
Going,
sure.
you know, going up against Cody Rhodes. And this match is about 3.5 minutes long. A bunch of kicks by Justin Gabriel that keep nailing Cody on the jaw. We have Gabriel's top rope springboard moonsault, only gets a 2. And then pretty much from there, Cody hits an Alabama slam and then the crossroads, and then Cody wins. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much all the notes that I had on that. Cody hit 2 moves and won the match, and then has a little stare down with Miz since they're going to be randomly wrestling on the pre-show this Sunday.
You know, I think Corey said it best. It's like this guy is literally living under the ring of Main Event. As in, you know, he's like camping out, forest fire, all kinds of stuff. Because
fire.
this guy literally wears the same tights every single Main Event.
Why does that bother you?
What in the blue hell?
You guys get so stuck on the outfits of these wrestlers, like not Mark Henry, Biggie Langston, and now.
Well, Biggie Langston on NXT has like regular size tights, and when he's on Raw, he's got like the super like child extra small ones.
Yes, guys, when we're watching
those Biggie
wrestling,
tights,
these
Corey.
guys talk about their outfits all the time.
Those Big E tights, Corey.
It's
It's
important.
like his
It is
stuff.
important.
He's you
Yes.
know he's is in front of my face. I can't handle it. But look, and I mean that in a straight way. That sounded horrible. But yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. But look, Corey, I want to know, how are you gonna redesign Justin Gabriel's trunks, his whole outfit? How would you do it?
Jeez, I don't know. I like it the way it is. Maybe change color.
Simple enough.
But didn't you
A
tell
dark blue.
me? Didn't you tell me?
You should ask the guys who do the
well,
AfterBuzz Fashion Star show that
I
question.
would say cut his hair because I like men with short hair.
See, that's something I don't understand. Because I've always wanted to grow long hair. The ability to hit it back and forth like that, like headbanging.
I'm getting a weird mental image of you with long hair right now.
Hey man, I would love.
Dude, you could rock a mullet, Cameron.
I
You
would
could rock a
love-
mullet.
I would love to have the Fabio hair because the truth
Oh,
of the matter
dear.
is this, people. Cameron Kash cannot grow long hair. I can only grow a damn afro, and it drives me crazy. It only goes up and never goes down.
You poor guy.
It's
feel
a
bad for
shame.
you. I'm-
It's a
I'm-
genetic
I
shame.
feel bad. Did people in the chat roll feel bad for you? No? No?
There's
Okay.
just some Iron Sheik is back. And he's going
Yeah,
crazy.
Shiggy baby. So quick star rating on that match, and then we're gonna move on from that. This was super short. This was pointless. They built up Justin Gabriel, showing like the vignette of his streak, and then he loses in 3 minutes. This is a 1 star for me.
Wow.
I thought this was awful.
Wow. I mean, I knew it was going to be a short match because they came in at 10 minutes left of the show. Justin Gabriel, I'm kind of wondering what they're trying to do with him, but I would give it 2.5 actually, the same as the first match.
2.5, Corey. I don't know how you do it.
Cameron?
I don't know how you do it. People. I'm gonna have to give this match a 1/4 star.
Oh my God! I thought we were gonna make it without those 4 stars.
We were so close. We were so close.
A 1/4 star. You know, I've never given such low ratings.
You've given it once before.
I think you have.
Yeah, I have.
I don't remember what was the match, but you've given it once before.
You're right.
I don't remember
but,
what, though.
nothing ever lower than 1/4. Oh, actually,
You've never
no,
given it a 0.
Oh, I think I have actually.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Who
Yeah, I
knows?
have.
We'll have to go to the main event archives to find out about that.
But yeah, I wasn't really. I already forgot about the match.
Well, that being said, that wraps up main event. I know we're wrapping this up a little quicker than normal because, like we said, we have a lot to cover today. We actually have a little bit of news and gossip to talk about too before the prediction. We even get the news and gossip music. So one thing that we just recently found out, might have come out today or yesterday, the CW announced their lineup for the fall for their Saturday mornings, and there is no more Saturday Morning Slam. They stopped. Normally, Saturday Morning Slam is filmed before main event, and then main event, and then SmackDown. And the last several weeks, they have not been taping any Saturday Morning Slam things, and now we really know why. Now, who knows? It might get moved to a different network, maybe in the future. But right now, Saturday Morning Slam is done.
I hope that it does get moved because I think about what's going to happen to the next slew of the young kids generation, how they get into wrestling, and then they grow into all the other shows.
That's true. I grew up into wrestling by watching Superstars on Saturday mornings when I was little.
When I was a kid, it was Saturday morning wrestling. So.
Yeah.
I say hallelujah.
What?
Man,
You always disagree with everything that we say.
Nobody was watching Saturday Morning Slam. Even my grandma was falling asleep during Saturday Morning Slam. She's like, give me my extras rest.
Give her what? Give her what?
Give her some of my extra rest.
Extra rest. Okay.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense when I repeat
No,
it.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
But she wanted some extra sleep is what I'm trying to say.
And then the other interesting bit of news, WWE.com reported a rumor going around that Paul Heyman might be scouting for a third client to go along with CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. They actually even interviewed a couple superstars as to, hey, if Paul Heyman approached you, would that be something you're interested in? And considering you had Kofi Kingston saying you have to be interested in something like that, I think you had the Usos mentioning it too. Quick thoughts on that. Do you think there will be a third client, and if so, who?
Jeez.
Cara, you go first, girl.
Cesaro?
Cesaro would make a lot of sense.
I mean,
it would make a lot of sense because of his talent, and a lot of people compare the way Cesaro's being treated right now to how CM Punk was treated when he first came in.
Well, there's a lot of different comparisons for Cesaro lately, so we'll see.
Guys, I heard there was some rumor going on about people talking about Kofi being the guy. I hope not. I hope it's Antonio Cesaro. It is a travesty, and we're going to talk about Extreme Rules predictions right after this, but it's a travesty this man has not been booked for Extreme Rules. Utter travesty. And oh my God, folks, I just had some telepathy. You better believe it. Better believe it. I just had a voice in my head.
Shocking.
That some people at WWE think that Cesaro is boring?
Well, that's
Excuse me. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know, there was once a study done about rabbits.
What is that? Okay.
Then can we just leave it at that? There was one study done about rabbits. Period.
Where are we going?
Can I say who I think Heyman's going to represent? Am I able to do that?
Go.
Go ahead.
So, I think a few weeks ago, I mentioned that it's sounding great that the WWE appears to be listening to us as far as when we were talking about main event and things like that. And what did I suggest a few weeks ago? that Paul Heyman should represent Ryback. And it's going to kind of fall into my predictions a little later, but I think Ryback would make perfect sense to have someone aligned with Brock Lesnar.
Please.
I kind of like that idea. I'm still rooting for Cesaro.
Don't do it.
We'll see.
Please.
Yeah, we will see.
But speaking of predictions, it is time. We got Extreme Rules this Sunday night, live on pay-per-view. And for those of you watching and listening, we will have an AfterBuzz for that pay-per-view immediately following it. We don't really know exactly who's going to be on the panel. It might be the Raw crew, might be us, might be a combination, maybe some guys from SmackDown. But we are going to have an AfterBuzz for Extreme Rules. So make sure you tune in Sunday night after the pay-per-view to check it out. But yeah, so we got some predictions because that 5 ounces of plastic and Velcro is on the line because Kaori was successful at WrestleMania. But we even got some flashing lights and
I
everything for the
still
predictions.
haven't cashed in, and it's my last. It's for this time because I'm still going to win. But
Wow, at least you're
I'm
modest.
just trying to think. Anyway,
Yeah.
I will cash
So
in.
we got 9 matches to predict. I have a pen. I'm going to write stuff down.
I have a pen too. But
Hey, we got pens.
I might not write stuff down.
Well, I will. And so, whoever is correct in these predictions, we have a couple touts of some of the predictions a little later on with some of those matches, and we're gonna show all those to you as well. Or Marissa, whatever's easier for you. If you want to show the touts now, or when we talk about those matches, whatever works for you.
Whenever works for you.
Okay. Well, I'll give you the heads up when we get to those touts.
All right.
Cool. So let's start off with our pre-show match, which is how Main Event ended, which is Cody Rhodes versus the returning Miz. Again, a Main Event. This was really the first singles match that Cody Rhodes has won in months. Now that he's kind of separated again from Damien Sandow. Who knows? They're BFFs. Maybe they'll come back. Whatever.
Did you just say BFF?
BFFs. They're best friends forever.
Oh, that's what it means. Okay.
You're learning a lot of new words today. Wow. I'm going to quiz you at the end with all these new terms.
So now it's BFF, rubber, and
rubber
wood.
match and the woodwork.
Oh, woodwork.
So Miz made his return after filming, and now he's starting to try to build his way back up. Cody Rhodes versus The Miz. I see this as a no-brainer. Miz is winning this match.
Talk first, Corey, before I explode.
Before he explodes.
Well, I'm going to be quiet till he explodes. No, okay. Miz. Done.
That was simple.
Why? Why is Miz on the pre-show? I'm starting to feel for this guy. You know, I normally don't like Miz, but I'm starting to feel for this guy. You know, when I was talking about the rabbits, I'm going to talk about it now. When you don't feed rabbits good food, this is what happens. It's like the equivalent of booking crappy matches. That was the analogy, okay? You got to give them good food. Otherwise, they're going to die.
Well, Miz just came back on Raw. They had no time to build up anything, so he shouldn't have a pay-per-view match.
Exactly. So don't even put him on the pre-show, because it put Cesaro on the pre-show. That makes more sense. But to put him on the pre-show degrades Miz, because he's already, he was the World Heavyweight Champion not too long ago. Mm-hmm. You just can't do that.
Well, and we were talking in the back earlier about, this is a stacked pay-per-view, but again, Cesaro is not on it. Damien Sandow is not on it. Who else was not? There was another guy that we were talking about that's not on it. Barrett is not on it. Thank you.
Yeah.
3MB is not on it. Come on.
That's okay.
Nobody cares about 3 megabytes.
That's all right.
But anyway, Cameron, who are you taking, Miz or Cody?
Oh, totally forgot, man. I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna give it to the Miz.
Miz. All right. So we all picked Miz on that one.
Yep.
The next match I have written down is for the United States Championship, as Kofi Kingston defends the title against the Shield's Dean Ambrose. Now this match is going to be a fun match. If they give it, they got to give this match at least 12 minutes, if not more.
At least 12 minutes. It better be 22 minutes.
Dude, there's 8 matches on the card.
They got to give this one time. I Quit matches have historically been some of my favorite matches.
This isn't an I Quit match. This is a regular United States title match, Kofi and Dean Ambrose.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Alberto Del Rio and Swagger.
No, I say Kofi and Dean Ambrose.
You did say Kofi.
Oh, sorry.
We'll get to that match in a little bit.
Sorry, my list is in a different order than yours. That's
No worries.
here.
So Kofi and Dean Ambrose, I think because a lot of people are saying this is the night where the Shield is going to get lots and lots of gold. And
That's what I think.
And I think they're going to get gold, but not here, at least tonight. I say Kofi wins by DQ, by interference of the Shield, because he's getting ready to pin Ambrose. So I'm technically picking Kofi to win this match.
May I apologize for my confusion. I originally thought you were talking about Del Rio and Swagger.
No worries.
Actually, I hope this match doesn't even get more than 12 minutes, to be honest with you. I just hope it really gives Dean Ambrose a chance to show his craziness, his crazy psycho.
Well, I really think it will, and hopefully, if they give it enough time to do that, then I think the two of them can put on a fantastic match. But yeah, so I'm saying Kofi by DQ. So technically, Kofi wins.
I'm saying Ambrose clean win.
Amber, then what about you, Kaori?
I say the Shield is going to strike gold.
All right, so you're also picking Dean Ambrose. So
Yes.
when Kofi wins, I'm going to laugh at you too.
Or when Kofi loses, I will laugh at you.
All right, whatever. Now, next one on my list, we have the rematch from WrestleMania between Y2J, Chris Jericho, and the man taking European iTunes by storm, Fandango. And actually, it's just a regular match. There's no stipulation or anything with it. Which I think, since this is a rematch, there should have been some type of stipulation with it. But it's just a regular one-on-one match.
They could have had like a dance match.
A dance match.
Well, I'm just disappointed with what happened.
They
on
must
Monday.
wear tap shoes in their wrestling match. I don't know.
I have to totally agree with Corey.
Or play DDR. You never know.
A Dance Dance Revolution
Yes.
match.
That would be pretty crazy. But what a wasted opportunity on Raw. It was just like, I really was looking forward to see these guys do a dance-off. And we did. I mean, if you want to give Jericho a beatdown, do it after Jericho gets to dance with I forgot the lady's name.
Summer Rae?
No, that wasn't his partner.
Oh, Jericho's partner.
Yeah.
And Slavinska.
So, yeah, some real long
Yeah, I
Russian
can't
name.
pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she was really pretty.
Well, I'm a huge Dancing with the Stars fan, so she's...
Oh, so you know her.
Yeah.
All right, so Cameron, who you got, Fandango or Jericho? Oh, he's thinking
I'll
about
say
this
Jericho. I'm giving you time.
one. Kaori, you're going to pick Jericho?
I am picking Jericho.
All right.
Let's see here. Lions fan says Chris Jericho 100%. Fandango is chicken because of what happened with the dance
Are you
contest.
stalling your choice? Make a choice.
So I'm gonna disagree with Lions fan and say that Fandango is gonna win this.
Saying Fandango's going to win twice on Chris Jericho.
Yep.
All right. I, on the other hand, agree with Kaori. I think Fandango got his win at Mania. Jericho will get his revenge here at Extreme Rules, and then they'll branch off to do other stuff from there. So I'm taking Jericho. Next, we have, oddly enough, the only Extreme Rules match on Extreme Rules, which is the Apex Predator Randy Orton taking on the Big Show. Now, really, this match is a toss-up because I feel like both guys really need a win.
Yeah, they both really do.
So I've kind of been torn a little bit with this match. But in the end, I'm just really hoping that they do this Randy Orton heel turn soon. And because of that, I'm going to pick Big Show.
I'm
So he
gonna-
can get angry.
I'm going to pick our boy, Randy Orton.
I'm gonna have to designate this match as a BB, bathroom break. I'm gonna be taking my break during this match because I really don't give a damn.
So your butthole wins.
That is
Oh,
too
wow.
Lord have mercy.
So you're saying nobody wins this match? Pick a winner.
No, I'm gonna pick a winner. I'm
All
gonna
right,
say
'cause we got like 5 minutes to go
I'm
for
gonna
6
say
more
Orton.
matches.
I'm gonna say Orton wins, but
Orton,
I mean
okay.
with Big Show, come on, it's not gonna be exciting.
All right. After that, we got, honestly, the match that I think is going to be the most entertaining match of the night. Sheamus versus Mark Henry in a strap match where you got to tap all 4 corners to win. And I like this match because no matter who wins this match, nobody looks weak. Because you got to get to the corners, but you're not necessarily pinning or making the guy down to the count of 10 or anything like that.
I'm very excited about this strap match.
So because of that, the last several months, Sheamus has not won on a pay-per-view in months. And that's why I feel that Sheamus is going to win this, because at the same time, it does not make Mark Henry look weak for a strap match. So I'm picking Sheamus.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Mark Henry in here, so therefore I'm going to designate this as an SB, not Santa Barbara snack break. Yeah, I'm going to say Mark Henry wins this one.
I also think Mark Henry is going to win this one. I think they're going to make something really big out of him. He might even be the next contender for Cena.
Well, he should be.
So.
Next, we got for the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title due to Ziggler's injury. They've officially ruled out the ladder match. So now we are going to have an I Quit match between Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio. And actually, speaking of Del Rio, we had a tout from at Ray Mist 543 where he talked a little bit about Del Rio, and he actually had a question for you, Kaori. So we're gonna get that popped up right here.
Booyaka, booyaka, 619. This question for Kaori. Rey Mysterio is going to come and support Alberto Del Rio in his match against Jack Swagger.
I hope the Toys R Us security cameras caught him with that Mysterio toy kid's mask on.
I think that is excellent that he did that at a toy store.
That was hilarious. So
I do not think Rey Mysterio will
I don't think he'll do anything with it either.
Yeah.
But Corey, who do you think is going to win this match and become the #1 contender?
I think Alberto Del Rio.
Can I just say that tout was just amazing?
Thank you.
Simply due to the
That was a
fact
great tout.
that the
Yes.
person replied to your tout
For Kaori.
for Kaori. Goes to show Kaori.
Corey's posted like 3 touts. You and I have combined for like 30, and her 3 have more views than ours
No,
combined.
it's my dog. My dog's a
okay.
show stealer.
I've been killing myself with tout. I touted like 6-7 times trying to get one reply. Kaori does one tout. Boom shakalaka.
Well, I too am picking Del Rio because it only makes sense if they're building up a match to have the babyface take on the heel. So I'm picking Del Rio.
I am so excited for this I Quit match, as I alluded to before. I'm saying that Alberto Del Rio is going to win this match, and it's going to be wonderful to see Swagger say, I quit.
All right, so we all picked Del Rio there. How about tag team title match in a tornado match? Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of the Shield versus Team Hell No. This is when the reign finally ends. Demolition can crack their champagne bottles because their history record-breaking longest tag team title reign will not fall to Team Hell No. The Shield will be the new champions.
I am with you. I think, again, the Shield's going to strike gold this pay-per-view.
Cameron?
Boom.
Sorry, I got distracted by Iron Sheik. I'm going to say that Team Hell No wins this one.
Oh, you're picking Hell No for that one. All right.
Iron Sheik just called him a skinny gorilla.
A skinny gorilla. Nice.
Call me a skinny gorilla and Mark Henry big gorilla.
All right. So, and now we got like our 2 main event matches: Triple H versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage, the rubber match, Cameron. And I feel I don't see Triple H losing this rubber match. I see Triple H for some odd reason winning this match.
I think it's Brock's.
I think Brock's going to dominate it, but I think Triple H is going to win it.
I want Brock, and I think it's going to be Brock because I want it so bad.
You know what's funny? Brock reminds me of Croc from the Batman the Animated Series back in the day. Ferocious monster against Batman. And that's why I think Brock is going to win this match. And I still don't get why you call it rubber. I got to look that up. But it is a steel cage match.
It is a steel cage match. And then finally, for the WWE Championship, John Cena defends against Ryback in a last man standing match. And we have one more tout for that on who they thought was going to win it. This is from Kiwi Chanella.
Yeah, here's one of them. I want John Cena to win the WWE Championship because Cena rolls and not Ryback.
That was simple. And she's not even wearing a mask or any crazy face paint. So she thinks Cena's going to win. And you know what? When it's all said and done, I think Cena's going to win. And then on Raw the next night, we will find out that Ryback has aligned himself with Paul Heyman to try to come back and then eventually win the title. So I got Cena winning this.
Extended prediction, I see.
Yes, that's what I do.
Yes.
What about you guys? Cena or Ryback?
Oh.
I'm not a fan of both Cena or Ryback. Ryback, when he was out in that ring, they were chanting Goldberg. Ryback to me is aluminum berg. That's what I think about Ryback. So therefore, I say John Cena's going to win this match, and it's going to be spectacular.
Corey?
I think that Cena's going to win the match.
We all say Cena. All right. So a quick recap. It's almost like it's me against you two.
We had disagreements, don't we?
Not many. So we all took the Miz. You two took Ambrose. I took Kofi. Corey, you and I took Jericho. Cameron took Fandango. I took Big Show. You two took Orton. I took Sheamus. You two took Mark Henry. Cameron, you took Hell No. We took The Shield. We all took Del Rio. We all took Cena. I took Triple H. The two of you took Brock. We will see.
He's copying me.
We're going to see who walks away with that title next week.
It'll be me.
But until then, Cameron, how can people reach out to you?
Wow, this title looks beautiful. When it will be around my waist next week. We'll see. Folks, you guys can reach me at LA Exposed, no E before the X. I love all of you guys. I know I'm a little controversial, but that's the way it's got to be. Tout us, people. Me AfterBuzz. I want to hear from you.
Yes, tout us. And you can find me at KAORIOUS on my Facebook page as well as Twitter.
All right, you can follow me at CRosieVOC. 2 very quick plugs. May 25th, Mayhem Wrestling Entertainment has a huge show out in Huntington Beach, and all the proceeds for that show are going to the Children's Hospital of Orange County, so it's for a great cause. I'm going to be there. Hope you guys can go to MWE Wrestling for more details on that. And this Saturday, I'm going to Millennium Pro Wrestling to watch our boy Ryan Katz on Raw try to defend his career against a 300-plus pound Bo Cooper in a career versus career match. Millennium Pro Wrestling in Simi Valley. Hope to see you guys there. I'm rooting on Ryan Katz. So for Cameron and Kaori, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We will see you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.